Oh wait, I don't know my sign. It's supposed to be my sign. I do, sweetheart. Thank you. I am set. Thank you. Hey, good morning. I am enjoying my cup of coffee. Today is we're going to be working on repairing old costumes, part two. We have the shoulder piece today with some giant spikes. I'll wait for people to come in the chat and I'll start explaining what I'm going to be doing today. Mm. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to get back onto oh. Hey, Citron. Technology. Hi, Ted. Hello, you're welcome. Yes, technology. It's amazing that I love the fact that I can stream and people can see me across the globe, which is exciting. People, again, I'm much older than a lot of my fan base and my audience, and so I'm actually 58. So I remember there was a time when I was dating a young woman who went to France for a student exchange. We were dating, and I had to call her. We would talk on the phone, and I had to get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and prepay. It was such a nightmare. But anyway, and now it's like you just grab a phone and call somebody, and it's crystal clear, and you're talking to the other side of the globe. Hey, Becky, what's up? You can go load your washer. She'll be right back. So she says. Yeah, today, I'll wait some more people. You should build a Moon Knight mask. Shady Dragon, everybody's making that right now. I'm kind of, if you're not familiar with my channel, I put a lot of stuff I like, but by the time, so many people just jump on that stuff, and I'm not really a superhero person by chance, but I've watched the show. I've been watching it. I haven't seen. I only saw like the first two episodes. The actor who's playing the Moon Knight is fantastic. He's really does play multiple characters, multiple personalities. It's really good. So. So that now I can sit down and enjoy your company. Thanks, Becky. Hey, Becky, let me show you something real quick. Indeed, I'm from all over the world. Greetings from Switzerland. Hey, Switzerland, welcome. There it is, Becky. Check it out. That's your helmet. Ta-da! This is Becky's helmet. I'm waiting. I don't know what that is. I got a little. I need to put little vents here for the earpieces still, and also I have this. I'm making a certificate of authenticity, and I know it's not. It's a big deal to me, and I want to have it with my embossing. And I told people when the helmets are done, they're going to get those. So I'm in the process of getting those made and printed, and I've got an embosser, and I'm waiting for that to come in the mail. So once I get those, I will get those, and then once that's done, I'll pack those up. And that's my. No, this is yours, Becky. This is one I made for you. This is it. That's it. That's yours. That's why I went back to grab it. Hey, John. Good morning, young man. Just remember, the modifier is watching. Should I be scared? The modifier's watching. Anyway, that's it. The modifier, my dear friend John, who's based out of Chicago, he helps me with all my patterns. He makes them all pretty so you guys can love them, and he puts the QR code on them, so when you get them, you get the video. Oh, you don't look 58. Fantastic. Thank you. I'm working on it. I don't want to look 58. The trick is to be youthful. Oh. I made this, Becky. Oh, Hellfire Zombie. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, Becky, I made this. Originally, when I made these, I used a 10 millimeter foam, and this time around, I used 8 millimeter. So I made these helmets to will fit just about anybody. So you might have to pad it maybe, but The downside is I got to wrap this with some saran wrap. This stuff scratches easily. I haven't really found a successful, easy way to seal this, because this does, if you're not careful, it does get scratched or rub off. And originally I used to put a clear coat on it, but the clear coat would knock down the chrome a lot, and when you looked at it, it was really hazy. You couldn't see through as well. So I just stopped doing that. So I'm going to tell everybody and send you guys all letters and let you guys know that I'm going to wrap them. But when you get them, if you ever travel with them or want to wear a costume, make sure you keep them covered until you want to wear them, because they're not, I mean, they're really expensive, so they'll be afraid. Be very afraid. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, guys, I'm going to talk about this. I'm only talking about right now before we start. These are the shoulder pieces for my costume. And I had them with these big, giant, massive spikes like this. These big, giant, scary spikes. And after a while, they were glued on there. I couldn't go anywhere with them. They couldn't fit in a container. And over a while, these guys, they're starting getting worn down. And so I thought, I know, I'll fix it, and I'll put magnets. So you put magnets. So it's great for taking photos, but if you walk around a convention and bump somebody, they go flying off. And I'll end up losing them. So I just got to a point where I'm like, I stopped wearing the costume because it was such a hassle. And I realized that I want to wear this costume. So I'm just going to make some changes on it. So today, we're going to put on new spikes, and they're not going to be removable. I'm just going to make really short. I make a bunch of short spikes here. So we're going to clean up these edges. Again, keeping all the original paint job. I'm just focusing on this. So we're going to grind all this down, make it a little bit smoother, and then glue the new spikes on and kind of do some like gap filler on the seams and whatnot, and do a little bit of weathering on them, and then do the super glue thing on the tip. But that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be fixing these guys up. I mean, they look great, just to make them smaller. Oh, it was my daughter. But thank you. Yeah, it was my oldest. My oldest daughter was like, "You should really keep that. You should really keep that costume, Ted. Don't get rid of it," because people really liked it. And she's absolutely right. We used to go to Anime Expo. No, I'm sorry. Excuse me. No. Anime LA. Anime LA, who I go to every year. They're like my con. I go to them every year. Anime LA. When I go there, I set up and I always put it on a mannequin. And people love it. People really are like, "Oh my God, I think it's amazing." They look and take pictures with it. And it made me realize that I think it'd be more impressive if I just wore it. Like, so my this year, when I go back to Anime Los Angeles, so it was the beginning. No, it's the beginning of the year. I think it's next year. Anime Los Angeles, I'm going to, on Saturday, I'm going to dress up and wear this costume. So I'll make it a little bit more easy to wear and more compatible to do. So I'm going to do a couple more sips of coffee and let's get down to work, shall we? Again, everybody, thank you so much for joining me here on YouTube. If any of you guys are watching this and that button is red, that means you have not subscribed. Please, I highly recommend you subscribe. And great news, I have all my merchandise. I sell 24/7. I have links for it down below the video. Teespring shop. I have t-shirts. I have three of my designs. I have the Evil Ted channel, the Foam Fanatic, and It's the Passion Not the Talent shirts are available. You guys can click on that. You can buy those here as well. And don't forget to jump over to my website, eviltedsmith.com. Get on my mailing list and check my event page. Let you know where I'll be next. And if you want me at your local con, let them know by writing to them and say, "We'd like Evil Ted as a guest." That's usually how I get there. All right. Enough of the sales pitch. Let's get down to work. Oh, I should weigh in and display it and put a little sign on the schedule with wearing for my photos. Get my back to your booth. Get them to buy your shirts. Yes. It's funny because I used to, a long time ago, I started selling shirts and it was just a hassle to travel with them. And you never had the right sizes. And they finally, when people ask, I bring shirts at my booth to display them. So people go, "Ooh, I want a shirt." I'm like, "Great, grab your phone." And I make them buy it right there and then. Because if they walk away, they're not going to buy it. Oh, I met you at Creation Con in Oklahoma. And thanks again for coming to our little experiment. So cool to get pictures with you and Odin and Steven and the prized possession. As far as my concern. Oh, well, thank you. You know, it was, it's that Muddy. Muddy, thank you so much. I had a blast. And when he reached out to me, I was like, oh, and he was like, what? The guy that ran the convention asked me, goes, what would you ask if we were to do something again? What would you do different? I said, make it 2 days opposed to one. And I understand because it was an experiment and it only had X amount of money, so we just wanted to do it for 1 day. And he did a great job. I was impressed for as small as the convention was, how warm and friendly and accompanying and accepting people were, just meeting and hanging out. It was such a great, small, intimate convention. I always liked those, and that was really great. So we're talking about CreatorCon that was in Oklahoma City. It was their first one. Oh, sorry, Oklahoma was their first one, and it was a blast. I had a really good time. And they said, would you come back? I'm like, totally, I'll come back. Totally would. All right, enough of that. Let's get down to business, shall we? Let's go overhead real quick. There you go. Okay, let me adjust my camera real quick here and move the microphone so you can hear me. There you go. All right. Yeah, I was prepared. Okay, here we go. All right, there it is. This is originally the spike I had on here on this costume. It was super cool, but it was giant and it kept falling off. Well, they were getting damaged, so I made it to where they could come off with a magnet. And the magnet, after a while, they just kept popping off. It was ridiculous. So it was such a hassle. So now what I'm going to do is I like the spikes, but we're going to just remove them altogether and make new spikes, which I made right here. Grab one right here to show you. It's a lot shorter. See, here's the first one. Here's the new one. So I made this a little smaller, and the plan is we're going to have them on and just stick them on like this. But before I do all this, there's a lot of rough edges here, and you can see the lip where I cut these things off. So I'm going to take the rotary tool and a stone bit. We're going to grind these down. I got my little taper bit right here. So I'm going to mute the microphone because it's a little loud. So bear with me. And again, if you're using a rotary tool, I cannot recommend enough getting earplugs. There's some bigger headsets I can't find those right now, but these guys work. Is you want to take that high pitch, over time it does damage your hearing. So just take good care of your hearing. So when you're grinding loud, high pitched noises, put some earplugs in. I did not mute it, did I? Sorry, guys. I thought it was muted. My apologies. I was like, wait, I'll unmute that first. Oh, it's not muted. It's still... Oh, what's the best foam you prefer? Forge Sister, when it comes to foam, I mean, well, one of my big sponsors is TNT Cosplay Supply. I like those guys a lot. But if you don't have access to them, just starting off, just using Flomat foam. Don't worry about the quality of foam until you start getting a little bit foam crafting under your belt. Always people like to start off like, oh, I want to buy all this foam and start building. I always find go to Harbor Freight. I get that like Flomat foam. There's two types. There's the Flomat foam that comes like in like about 10 millimeter thickness, and you always can get the roll stuff. It's like about 6 millimeter. It comes in a roll. That stuff's the great stuff to start with and start building with it because it's really inexpensive. And so if you're learning or building, you can kind of like, if you mess up or not, it's not a big, it doesn't hit your pocketbook as hard because it's really inexpensive, especially when you're starting off. It's good to have like just cheap foam and experiment with it. And every time I build something, I always use the cheap foam first to make sure the patterns, if I'm building something I haven't built before, I'm like trying to figure out the patterns. Like I'm doing a Battle Sister right now, and the majority of hers, it's just all cheap Flomat foam because I'm trying to work out the patterns. And once I get to where I like it, I get the patterns dialed in, then I remake it using the quality foam, which would be the TNT Cosplay Supplies. Okay, here we go. Oh, here are the birdies. Oh, that's right, babe. Okay, this is one of the new foam spikes. You can see it's like half the size. So the plan is just to kind of grind it down a little and glue these guys on. And that's, yeah, it's, you know, I should, you know, an idea. Let's do a little grinding here. Hold on. There. So, is that the one? Yeah, I think if we just glue that down. Yeah, so that's the, I'm trying to think, what's holding it? Oh my God, let me change the sand. Let me get a bigger sanding drum on that real quick. Swap this out. Man, you know, one thing about this forum I got here from Dremel, it gets hot. Like, just to the point where it's uncomfortable to hold, which I don't know if that's a... I have another forum I was using, and I might go back to it because I don't remember ever getting this hot. And it's because of the friction, the rod's spinning inside of here, but it shouldn't get that hot. It's ridiculous. It gets really, really uncomfortably hot. So I had my Fordham. Where did I put that? I might go back to that one because this one's just, it just gets way too hot too quickly. Anyway. Now, see how it fits. Oh, a lot better. Good. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. Got hogged it out a little bit. So I'll sit on here. And I realized too, before we do this, I'm going to glue it down. I want to, all this residue and paint, I want to get this stuff off as well. So hold on. Because once I get these guys glued on, we're going to go back over it again. So anything that's going to prevent this stuff from sticking, like leftover paint from a previous paint job. So I'll meet my gloves. Again, I'm looking for my my lacquer thinner. Yes, turn that guy off. We don't need that. So I had a bottle. Oh, it's right here in front of me. That says lacquer on it, Ted. All right, we're going to get. You know something? I think I'm out of paper towels. Hold on, guys. I realize I need Q-tips, and I don't have them at my workstation right now. I think we're out, so I'm going to run downstairs, grab some Q-tips. If you guys can wait for just a couple seconds, I'll be right back. All right? I'll be right back. Yeah, I see some Q-tips. All right. Now, I got some lacquer thinner and a Q-tip. I'm gonna go here on this edge. Take that paint off. You know, I remember the level of work I went in this paint job. I did like this metallic, and I went over it with like some oils with a wash of different colors and different pigments and stuff just to age this metal down. Yeah, let's take all that stuff down. Yeah, I might tell you what, guys. Yeah, this is gonna take too long. Let me get a rag. Just wipe these things off with a rag. Hold on. Gloves. Yeah, I'm just gonna saturate this workshop towel here. Just wipe it off. Oops, careful, Ted. Yeah, see, that's why I was using the Q-tips so I wouldn't damage the red paint. Hold on. Never mind, we're going back to the Q-tips because I'm just damaging the under job, the paint job. I don't want to damage that because everything's gray. I just want to get this edge here, like that. There we go. Okay, so now we get some contact cement. Hold on, it's probably right in front of me. Stand by. There it is. Got it. All right, that's one. So let's go ahead and just slather this guy. You know, I'm realizing I'm going through all this trouble to wipe the paint off. But once I put contact cement on this, it'll be fine. So I'm not going to bother doing it on the other ones because I think it's not necessary. Because once I put contact cement on it, everything will stick to it. It'll be fine. So while this is drying, let's go ahead and move on to another spike right here. And I'm going to cut a wedge into it. Get my craft knife. And make sure from this angle like this, it's going to come in. Kind of like this. Got it? This way. Try to cut a little bit of a wedge into it. All right, there we go. Got a little more of a triangle on there. Come on, get in there. Trying to keep it even. So he's getting out of control, Ted. All right. All right, now, not the best. Let me grind some of this out. See, just like that. Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. Good. Excellent. So, same thing. Apply contact cement. What is the big saving grace right now is that I would maybe, back in the old days, I would work a little bit harder making a flusher fit. But now we have gap filler, so once this is all done, I can go back in with gap filler and just fill in the holes and little seams, and it's just going to make this all seamless. And that's what's so great about having gap filler. I know you people are saying, "What is gap filler, Ted?" If you guys don't know, it's basically like patching's. It's basically like Bondo for cosplay. It's non-toxic. It remains flexible when it dries, doesn't crack. It's way better than Quick Seal. Because I used to use Quick Seal all the time. I made a video about it, and that was like my big go-to. And now after discovering gap filler, I never use that stuff anymore. Because gap filler is the shit. It's the shit. Oh, Shannon's Witch says, I just tuned in what I missed. We're fixing my shoulder armor. I had these giant spikes on here, and they were just getting torn up and too big, and they were permanent, so I cut them off and put them on with magnets. But after a while, they kept popping off all the time, and I kept losing them. So I decided to make spikes on this, but make them smaller. But this costume's been already completed, so I'm kind of going back and re-engineering the old costume. So now, got a contact. Let's see, is dry enough to put this guy on yet? Right? Maybe kind of. Oh, there it goes. See? Line up. Push it on like this. Ta-da! Look at that. Nice, man. It sticks. Excellent. Excellent. That's perfect. Wow, it went down really snug. I mean, I'm not going to probably have to do too much gap filler on that at all. It went down really smooth. Look at that. See? There it is, the new spike. This guy's still a little wet. So while this one's drying, let's move on to this one over here. This time around, how about we just draw where I want this cut to be so I'm not so cutting crazy. Again, Guys, Uniball. The Uniball white markers, these are awesome. So I'm making a mark right here. Make my lines like that. Same thing over here. Draw that on here like that. Yeah, I need something to kind of follow when I'm doing this. There you go, like that. There you go. That's it, like that. So this time around, when I was trying to cut them in like that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just cut like this. Like that, and then go back in with the rotary tool from behind and grind it out. Be a lot, I can have a little bit more control on it. There we go, just like that. See, perfect. That. And like that. Got it. Okay. Now we have that. I can take the knife and cut it like this. Is a lot easier. So you cut the wedge in like this. Yeah, it's a lot easier. Then once you do that, I can go back in with the rotary tool and dig out the excess. Perfect. Got it. Okay. See, I am learning as I go too. We don't know everything. You don't learn stuff until you start making it. Oh, thank you, Shanks. I'm so glad here to see the fixes. Yeah, it's oh, see, that's pretty close. All you gotta do is take a little bit of a rotary tool, grind that down. Hold on, a little grinding, a little grinder. Like that. Oh, that's perfect. Good, good, good. So now, sand drill, contact cement, and contact cement. Now, when I apply the glue, you can see I kind of go way up on the pieces itself. I'm going to go back in here and seal it, but I have to go back also as well and paint it. So I'm going to appear like that, being careful not to damage my paint job. And the thing is funny, I've had this for years, and this paint job has really lasted. It's all the main colors, like the red is Rust-Oleum 2X red, and I just went back into acrylics and just aged the crap out of it. And went a little fine tuning with some oil paints and whatnot, but all right, here we go. Line her up. Push it down. Man, boom, that just sticks down really good. There it is, it's coming together. It's funny because even though they're smaller now, they still look big. Yeah, this is what I should have done originally. This looks so much better. Way better. Okay, got it. Now, let that dry. Okay. Oh, let's fix my cam. Let me catch up with chat. So is anybody working on anything cool today, guys? Are you also doing stuff? Is anybody crafting as well today? Oh, you're working on your spider butt again. Yeah, Becky. How do you have a particular deadline for that costume? Is there a con you're gonna be going to? Because yeah, I don't know if you guys follow Becky, but hey, can you put? I don't know how YouTube works. Can you put Instagram links in here if people want to see your work or show people what you're working on? Oh, Amy says I'll be working on my Destiny Warlock cosplay today. Ooh, nice. Oh, okay. Not anymore. Too many family things. Yeah. I should be crafting so many ideas, and I start projects. I guess I won't make it to the end of the month. I guess won't make. Oh, okay. I'm actually working on a miniature tea house model as a break from brainstorming costume right now. Dude, it's always good to take a break. I can't recommend that enough sometimes. Sometimes it's good just to stop and walk away from things. And what got this me motivated to do this costume is I went to do a photo shoot. I'm doing a new when I do a video shoot, and my friend John is a great director, visual effects guy, and I helped him in so many films. I said, look, I'd like to shoot a new opening for my Evil Ted channel. And he said, yeah. So we threw ideas back and forth. I said, I want to do this thing where I'm wearing, every time I put my hand up and come back, I'm in another costume. I want to do like that TikTok thing people do, but I like to do that as an intro for my YouTube channel and all my different costumes I made. So we shot it all and we did it. And I had my Red Demon costume. And that was the one with the biggest, everything else was easy. And that costume was a pain in the butt. And I'm like, I'm just going to sell this costume. And then that's when my daughter was like, don't sell that. And then I looked back on, she's absolutely right. When I saw pictures of the costume, I'm like, that's a simple cool. Any 40K Warhammer project? Yes. Oliver, yeah, I'm doing a Battle Sister I'm working on. But I got to finish this gun. After I do this today, I'm just going to work on these spikes. But again, I have too many damn projects at the same time. And so sometimes I have to stop on one just to finish. And I was doing the Battle Sister, but I had to pull away from that because I got to finish this gun. I got a couple of weeks. I'm trying to go to this convention. It'd be great to have this video done before I go. I don't know if that's possible. So, need to fix my Hulk costume. If you can do this, I might boost me. Right, there's things that you like about the costume, and like mine was these shoulders thing. You know, these are much better now. The spikes, they're more like realistically sized because I had these giant things. Right, and don't get me wrong, visually they're cool, but they're impractical. And when I was in the costume with my ram horns would bump them, and like I'd bring my blade, I would just knock them off all the time, and then also just start hitting them after a while. Like, just need to be smaller. So that is what we're doing, and this is actually working better than I thought it would. It's like, this looks nice. I would be working on a Lin mask for Breath of the Wild. You guys, there's a lot of cool things people make. I have no idea where they're from sometimes, half the time, but it doesn't matter as long as it's cool and you guys are making it yourselves. It's awesome. Sticking a spike down. All right, look at that. Boom, done. Nice. All right. All right. Ta-da. Oh, sorry. Overhead. Wow, look at that. So much better. And they just kind of dial right in there. The one thing I'm definitely going to do, you know, I'm looking at these spikes here. They weren't that banged up. I might take the rotary tool and make a couple like little divots into them. Not too much, but I want to dim up a little bit. And but before I do that, let's go ahead and do the other one. So this is the right, and I'll move on to the left. But I realized something. Let's go ahead and just cut these guys ahead of time. So, because what I did, that worked so well. Make a little mark here, and a little mark there. Get my straight edge, like so. that. Need to mark how deep I want to go back, like that. Yeah, just be easier just to do this all at the same time. I always like doing the assembly line thing. I really got into this when I used to work at the prop house. We had to do stuff, and I always figured, what are we doing? Just, instead of going backwards, just whatever you do, just do it all at the same time. So I'll prep all these spikes, get them grounded and ready. So all I have to do is just glue them on. And then we'll do the rotary tool, we'll bang them up, and then we'll do the foam clay. Or not foam clay, but the gap filler on the edges. And then let them dry. That and like that. Fantastic. All right. Take these gloves off. I don't need them anymore. Okay, got my Crenshaw sharpener. Let's sharpen this blade up. And then we just cut these guys like this. Like a hot knife through butter. Boop, like that. Like that. That. There you go. Got it. One more. There, got it. Now we take the rotary tool, we'll grind them out. You know, I just remember what I want to talk about was that when I was at CreatorCon, I met some phenomenal cosplayers, and it turned out they were local. There's a Hall of Femme, and Susie Creates, and Cheeky Cheetah cosplay, Cheeky Cheetah design cosplay, something like. And they were all local, and I was like, and they're all really, really good. And it kind of humbled me because I realized people have this idea, like, if you're in the big cities like LA and like New York, and that's where all the creator people are. I grew up in the Midwest. I was in St. Louis, Missouri, and it was always, and when I met Hall of Femme, she was, her level of skill was just ridiculous. And she had this little guitar she made. She was the minstrel from The Witcher, and she had her jacket and a hat, like based more on the game, and she's beautiful guitar. And I said, "Oh, that's cool. Where'd you get that?" She goes, "I made it." I'm like, "What?" And it was made out of foam, but you couldn't tell because she sealed it with like either Mod Podge or something, and she did this wood grain on it and painted it, and just the level of work she put into this guitar was just like with strings on it. I was like, it was amazing. And so, hey, Dapper Props, what's up? Welcome. All right. Yeah, let me just grind this down really quick here for you guys and pick up some stuff here real quick. Take this opportunity to pick up some trash. This is actually going together much faster than I expected. This is really going great, guys. Thanks. Thanks for motivating me. Right, let's grind these guys out real fast. Oops, getting brought up everywhere here. All right. Dust everywhere. Hold on, guys. Let me get a little dustpan before I put anything on this table. Now, normally I have a huge downdraft table, but I usually only set that up when I'm doing a lot of grinding, so this is just a quick little fix, so I knew I wouldn't do that much grinding. Now we're going to go ahead and grab our piece here and see how they fit before we start putting glue on them. Make sure they fit first. Let's see. Oh, yeah, perfect. Perfect. Yeah, this one seems a little bit... He does some. Once I glue them down, they'll be fine. Yeah, this one could probably go a little. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, just let me cut in a little bit more into it. I'm getting too late. I don't want to grind again. I'm tired. I'm done with grinding. Just cut into it a little bit. Cut some stuff out of it. Oh, that might have done the trick. Yeah, it did. Perfect. I got that. How's this one set? Same thing. Yeah, I could come. This guy. Yeah, just maybe a little bit more. Sorry, guys. So, I'm gonna take a, instead of just grinding, I'm gonna take a little bit of a craft knife. Just cut a little bit more out of the peak of the center. I think that was giving me some trouble. So, like that. Reach in like that. Yeah, see? Ta-da. Yeah, that does it. Perfect. Okay. So let's apply the glue. Okay, that's going to be the top. So we set that over here. This is going to be the center. This guy's here, right? Okay, so this guy goes here. Now, when I put the contact cement, I go right to the edge. Go all the way to the edge of that. Like that. This would be this guy over here, right? He fits? Yeah, it does. So go like that. Let's see how he fits. Hold on. Just cut a little bit more on that guy. Just a little bit more, not just right in the center. Just cut a little bit of the thickness. All right. All right, apply contact cement to the edge like that. I just look at this thing. I realize this metallic color is not a color; it's a silver I put on and I aged it, so it's all been properly aged down. So it all matches. So I have to, basically have to kind of go back and figure out what I did. I painted these things because it's been a long time. But I remember I airbrushed them. I think I masked all this stuff up and I airbrushed them on. But yeah, this paint job and costume really held up. So there was, and this was all built with this is all built with the floor mat foam. At the time, I didn't have the TNT foam yet. I was just doing stuff on a budget. I was rushing to get this thing done for BlizzCon. Man, it was so long ago. That was BlizzCon when you didn't have to get tickets. You just would just ghost it. You just walk up because I got a hotel room, but I didn't have a badge. But I was able to walk around the con. But eventually, Blizzard caught on to that and said, "No, we're not letting people do it." So they gave the whole area. Which again, I know people got really upset because it was at the Anaheim Convention Center, and they had it to where you needed badges to go inside the convention center, but people would just show up on the outside dressed up in costumes and just hang out in the hotel lobbies, the bars, and the waiting areas. And Blizzard, didn't rope that off. At least didn't used to. And then due to COVID and everything else and restrictions, and they started cracking down. Before COVID, they started putting up fences and things. So when you get to the convention, you couldn't even hang outside. There was nowhere to go. The only thing they couldn't block off was the hotel bar, so people just hang out at the bar. But other than that, you couldn't get the convention floor, so people were kind of like, "Oh no!" So, but that was the last year I wore this costume, and it was before they locked that down. So I was able to hang out at the convention, see my friends, and walk around in my costume and get pictures taken, which was fun. You go out in the fountain. That was a big thing. You go out in the fountain, hang out, and I got a great picture with the Egg Sisters in their costumes, and I had this costume on. And yeah, I'm looking forward to bringing that costume back. Dapper props, yeah. Well, here's the thing, it is crummy. I do understand it, because I think what happened was, what really made them put the gate down, which you guys don't really, was during one of the gaming events on Blizzard. Some guy showed up with a gun and just started I don't know if he did any shots or shot anybody. I just remember it was a big thing about it. somebody showed up at one of these big Twitch gaming, not Twitch, but Blizzard gaming, when they're doing a live stream. And during the event, some random guy who didn't even have a badge just kind of showed up with a gun. And that kind of set the precedence where Blizzard was like, you know something? We're not letting that happen ever again. So when people come, now you have to have a badge. You have to be checked and go through a metal detector, which they usually did that before when you go inside the convention center, but they did it on the outside. And so they really cracked down. So that kind of, the gun guy just kind of derailed everything. So, but that was when that happened. And I didn't see it, but I heard all about it when it happened. And that's what made them kind of like, Blizzard was like, no, we're not shutting it down. Like Fort Knox, you guys want to come in, you can, gotta get a badge, and you gotta go through security. So, which you always had before, but they took it from the building and put it outside around the perimeters. So, just if you were in the area, you were done. So there was nobody just strolling in like we used to in the old days. Yeah, this looks really good. Let me grab my spot here. Look at that. Nice. So a little trick, but we're gonna definitely go back in with my I got a nice bit for this too, a little round one. This guy right here, I love this guy. We're just gonna go beep 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 a couple spots here and there, and then get a little bit of texture to it. Do that first, and then we're gonna take some super glue and massage in the tips so the glue will soak into the foam and stiffen these up so they don't get damaged and they'll last longer. Because I'm definitely, it's really funny. I'm really excited about wearing this costume again. And I have these pants I used to wear, and I can't put them on anymore, so I have to find some new pairs of pants because I can't put those pants on. I have these cool like pleather pants I used to wear with the costume, and now I'm like, I can't put them on because of my gut, my COVID weight. I got security inside and outside kind of public space. We know a BlizzCon sells out. Yeah, better. Yeah, it is better something. It is. It's space. Hey, Black Region goes, hey, Ted, good to see you today live. That's right. Hello, welcome. We met at CreatorCon, right? Do you go to Star Wars Celebration later this month? Oh, God, guys, I can't afford it. It's one of those things where I thought, I'll just go for a day, but then I don't have a costume. And if I go to some event where people are dressed up, I'm going to be like, man, I want to dress up. So, and if I go, then my kids would be like, are we going? And then I'd be like, so there's a whole thing of like, COVID weight, dude, right? I got like 20 pounds of it. What I've done is I've cut back I'm doing this intermediate fasting thing where I just don't eat. I eat in a 10-hour window. I stop eating about 6 o'clock and don't eat again until like the next day and have my little timer. And that's kind of leveled me out. So I'm not lost a lot, but I've stopped gaining. So my big thing is we're just not putting any more on. But my plan is eventually not put more on, but also start riding my bike more. Because if you guys haven't noticed, gas is so damn expensive. And so what I've done is I have a bike with a lock. I'm going to get a little rack on the back of my bike. So when my wife sometimes asks me to have little short runs to the CVS for like meds or little things I have to pick up at the grocery store or the post office, I'm not taking the car anymore. I'm just going to take the bike because yeah, we did meet. That's right. And I'm not going to start saving on gas. It's just ridiculous, dude. It's like we all have to do our part just to cut back a little bit because it is crazy because of the war. And the war sucks. Just as we got out of COVID and then the war started, fucking Putin's war. I like when these people are like, trying to blame Biden. I'm like, dude, there's a guy called Putin who's doing genocide to Ukrainian people, and we're all standing here like we can't do anything. But I'm like, what's the freaking UN good for? There. Okay. Stop. I'm stopping. Sorry. Anyway. Gas is killer, right? Man, it's ridiculous. All right. Oh, sorry, go overhead. Now, line her up. Perfect. Push it down. Make contact. Yeah, see, contact cement. Stick. Got it. Nice. Bring it up. All right. And then this side. There you go, like that. Line it up. Push down. Ah, perfect. All right. Nice. Okay. Good. Let's go and swap out this. Where's my bit? There it is. Put this bit on. It's our little round bit. That's what I use to make my the hammered metal effect. Okay. Got all hooked up. One more sip of coffee and we'll go into it. Oh, that's why I have an electric scooter. So fast. Get you upper. Man, you know what's funny? J-May, is that my friend Peter, my assistant, who he basically is getting rid of his car. He wants to sell his car and he's getting an electric bike where it's got an assist. You can pedal, but also you can power him as well. I would love an electric scooter, but right now it's like, for me, I can't afford an electric scooter, so I got a bike and the bike's working. Also, it's supposed to get some of that COVID weight off of me. So I realized if I start just do a little more activity and go run errands and stuff with my bike, that'd be a win-win. Saving money and burn off a little of that COVID weight. Okay, so now let's do it. Overhead. All right, I got my bit installed. We're going to go ahead and just do a little bit of texture on this. So you guys, I'm just doing that very light. I'm not killing it because once you seal it and stuff, it'll have a little bit of texture. So when you dry brush it, it'll really show up. But yeah, I'm not going to go too crazy. All right, that's one. Let's go to the next one. Just doing it very quickly and very lightly. All right. Now that it's been ground down, our next thing is we're going to get some super glue, which is, where's my super glue? Hold on. Super glue. I had it. What am I doing with my super glue? Hold on, guys. I gotta look for my super glue now. There it is. Had to go for a walk. All right, get this. Get my gloves. All right, this technique. Yeah, all about it, right? Super cool. I love the texture too. What we're gonna do is a little trick I learned from my friend Steven, SKS Props. When making foam spikes or blades or knives, just the tip, you want to massage some super glue into the foam so it'll stiffen up. So over time, it doesn't get worn off. Because I used to do that, and what happened with me is I came from a prop world. Everything had to be soft. The tips had to be soft because poke somebody's eye. But this is cosplay, not a movie prop, so it doesn't have to be soft on the tip. It could be firm and hard because therefore it doesn't wear it out. So. All right, here we go. Just turn the glue upside down, let the glue come out. And I'm not gonna go crazy on the whole thing. I'm just doing just the tip. Just the tip. My favorite Archer episodes. Anyway, okay. God, that show's so funny. All right, anyway. Sorry guys, I'm waiting for the glue to come out. Hey Pinkthorn, welcome. How you doing? Thanks for joining us today. All right, I found my super glue. We're going to, you see, I'm not going to go crazy. I'm just going to focus on the tip of the spike here. Got a little bit of glue. This is the thick stuff. I like the thick stuff. So I got it on there, and I'm just going to work this into the edges like this. And I'm just like really working into the foam. Yeah, let's soak in there. Just like that. I'm going to do it again on this one. All right. Yeah, it's such a great trick. I like when Steven did it, my mind was blown. Like, what? Of course, soak it, put the super glue in the foam tip. It's like that'll firm it up and prevent it from getting all crushed and squished, and to make it last a lot longer so it won't wear out. There you go. Just really work it in. Soak it in. Soak it in. Ah, excellent. All right, they'll set this away. Let this dry. Round 2. Massage. Yeah, I'm just really making sure I push that foam. Let it soak in. One more. There you go, perfect. Put the cap on. Massage it in like this. Yeah, what's so great about doing this before you do anything else is because it soaks in. It stiffens that whole area up. That's perfect. All right. I just realized I have some activator right here, some kicker, just to speed this up. So let's do that. A couple drops. There you go. Drop. Drop. Oops. Yeah, there you go. Excellent. A lot stiffer than it was before. Perfect. Activator. Activator. Yeah. Ah, it's perfect. Wonderful. All right. Fantastic. Now, hold on, guys. Let me get the gap filler. Dude, we are kicking ass today. This is all happening. It's not even 11:30. Excellent. We're gonna get these guys done. Gonna do a Hand of Doom next. Oh, excellent. All right, hold on. Ta-da! gap filler. Get my spatula. All right. Here it is, gap filler. This is the best. Now we got these guys in. They look really good, but to really help sell it, like there's little seams right here. We're going to get rid of those guys just like this. Can I reach in with some gap filler? All right, I'm just going to ladle it on like that. Wow, look at that. Pow. Seamless. Love it. Over here, same thing. Put it in like this. Fantastic. There we go, like that. All right, oh, little spot right there. Hold on, guys. Just realized I need my cup of water. I'll be right back. All right, now it's on here. It looks great. What I do is I wet my finger, very much like I used to do with a quick seal. You just wet your finger and smooth it out, and mirror it all together, and make it seamless. Look at that, nice. And the best thing about this stuff is non-toxic, and once it completely is dry, if there's some rough spots, you can always go back and sand it. But I just basically just do this to minimize the sanding. I just kind of do that and let it air dry. But there it is. That's it. That. Yeah, because otherwise I'd be doing quick seal, but quick seal has its moments, but this stuff is just so much easier to work with. And quick seal used to shrink a lot. This does not shrink. This just goes on. You smooth it out when it dries. It's just like that, flexible. It doesn't shrink. This stuff is so awesome. I did a really extensive video on this. I did a Fallout helmet from Much Props. He built a helmet and I did it, and I covered the entire thing with gap filler. So if you guys want to see my gap filler video, it is here on my channel. You should definitely check it out. I go a little bit more extensively in this one here too. So got it. There we go. All right, Mm. Sorry. Mm. All right, that perfect. Wet it. Mm. All right, fantastic. Okay, there are the glued on and textured. Put the super glue on the tips now. Yeah, they're nice and firm so they don't wear out. Gap filler's on now. With a gap filler, it's always good to let it dry for at least 8 hours. I always find it's the best way to do it. So let it just, because I also too a little bit longer because I put a little bit of water on it, smooth it all out. So I give it at least an 8-hour dry time. So just go ahead and set this aside and let it dry. Set this over here. Okay. Move the camera back. Move the microphone back over here. All right, guys, that was amazing. Yeah, I have the other one to do, but I'll do that off camera because you've already seen. There's not any other different technique other than that. But man, that stuff, gap filler, is the bomb, people. Oh, let me put Becky's helmet on. Ta-da! I gotta look into that. Sounds interesting. Which one? The gap filler. Here's the thing with the gap filler. Unfortunately, it's made here in the States, wherever you're located. Jeez. It's later in the day than I thought. Yeah, it's almost 11. That's why I'm done. I'm wrapping up the stream. Testing my helmet. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up my table and get back to shooting this video for this gun I have to make still. But everybody, thank you for hanging out today, guys. Thank you for joining me on my live stream. Again, it was very spontaneous. I'm getting back to doing my build, but I wanted to do this and get this thing done. So it's gonna be great. So my plan is to start wearing this to conventions. So there's a lot of strapping things I gotta fix too. The strapping with the hot glue and all that stuff. Yeah, I gotta fix it all up. Everybody, again, thank you so much for watching and hanging out today. For everybody who came into the live chat today, if you guys are new to my channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Subscribe, tell your friends, jump over to my website eviltedsmith.com. I have patterns for sale, numerous patterns for sale. I have supply list. I have Amazon links. You guys do your shopping. Every little bit of that keeps helping me keep making videos. You guys can also follow me on Instagram. I think Instagram it's evilted_channel. It's Twitter at evilted40, and Facebook is just evilted on my Facebook page. And the website is, of course, eviltedsmith.com. If you guys go to that website, it has all my links right there. And I'm getting ready. In a couple of weeks, we're leaving for Northern FanCon, which I'm really excited. The con's a lot of fun. I had such a great time last time, and there's gonna be so much cool stuff happening. Guys, Sandra goes, so thank you for streaming. Thank you for being here. It really helps, guys, because you guys keep me going. You really do. All right. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. And I will catch you back next time right here on the Evil Ted Channel.